Welcome. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of labor markets, where wages are determined and employment levels are set. Labor markets are the meeting point for workers seeking jobs and employers looking for talent. Understanding how these markets function is crucial for anyone interested in economics, business, or even just their own career prospects. Throughout this video, we'll explore the key factors that influence wage determination and employment and see how these forces shape the world of work around us. Let's start by defining what a labor market actually is and why it matters. Labor market is where employers and employees interact. Employers are on the demand side, seeking workers to fill positions, while employees are on the supply side, offering their skills and time. The labor market operates much like any other market, with supply and demand determining the price, in this case wages. The balance between job openings and job seekers helps set wage levels and employment rates. When there are more jobs than workers, wages tend to rise. When there are more workers than jobs, wages may fall. This dynamic is at the heart of wage determination. It's like in any market, supply and demand play a central role in the labor market. The supply of labor comes from individuals willing to work at various wage levels, while the demand for labor comes from businesses needing workers. If demand for workers increases, perhaps due to economic growth, wages can rise as companies compete for talent. Conversely, if the supply of workers increases, maybe because more people enter the workforce, wages might decrease unless demand keeps up. This constant push and pull shapes the labor market every day. Wages are determined by the intersection of labor supply and demand. When employers need more workers than are available, they offer higher wages to attract talent. If there are more workers than jobs, wages may fall as competition for positions increases. This process helps allocate workers to where they are most valued. It's not just about numbers; skills, experience, and education also play a role in determining who gets hired and at what wage. Let's look at how these factors interact in real-world scenarios. Not all jobs pay the same, and a big reason is the difference in required skills and education. Highly skilled or educated workers are often in shorter supply, so employers are willing to pay more to attract them. For example, doctors and engineers typically earn higher wages than entry-level workers because their skills are specialized and take years to develop. This means investing in education or training can lead to higher wages and better job opportunities. The labor market rewards skills that are in high demand. Experience matters in the labor market. Workers with more years on the job often earn higher wages, not just because they know more, but because they're proven contributors. Seniority can also play a role, especially in unionized workplaces where pay scales are often tied to years of service. Employers value experience because it usually means higher productivity and fewer mistakes. Over time, this can lead to promotions and raises, further increasing a worker's earning. Market equilibrium is the point where the number of workers employers want to hire equals the number of people willing to work at a given wage. At this wage, there's no shortage or surplus of labor. If wages are above equilibrium, there may be unemployment as more people want jobs than are available. If wages are below equilibrium, employers can't find enough workers. The labor market naturally moves toward this balance, though it's not always perfect in reality. Governments often set minimum wage laws to ensure workers earn a basic standard of living. Minimum wages can help reduce poverty, but they also affect the labor market. If the minimum wage is set above the market equilibrium, it can lead to unemployment, as some employers may not be able to afford as many workers. On the other hand, it can boost incomes for low-wage workers. The impact of minimum wage laws is a topic of ongoing debate among economists and policymakers. Labor unions play a significant role in wage determination. By organizing workers and negotiating as a group, unions can secure higher wages, better benefits, and improved working conditions. Collective bargaining gives workers more power than they would have individually. However, higher wages negotiated by unions can sometimes lead to fewer jobs if employers cut back on hiring. The influence of unions varies by country and industry, but their impact on the labor market is undeniable. Beyond minimum wage laws, governments influence labor markets through policies like taxes, social security, and employment regulations. These policies can affect both the supply and demand for labor. For example, payroll taxes can increase the cost of hiring, while job training programs can boost the supply of skilled workers. Regulations on working hours, safety, and benefits also shape the labor market, aiming to protect workers and promote fair employment practices. Technology is constantly reshaping the labor market. Automation and artificial intelligence can replace some jobs, especially those involving routine tasks. At the same time, technology creates new opportunities in fields like IT engineering and data analysis. Workers who adapt and learn new skills are more likely to benefit from these changes. The labor market rewards flexibility and a willingness to keep learning as technology evolves. Globalization connects labor markets around the world. Companies can hire workers from different countries, and jobs can move to places with lower labor costs. This increases competition for some workers but also opens up new opportunities. For example, manufacturing jobs may shift overseas, while high-skilled jobs in technology and finance can be done from anywhere. Globalization means workers need to be more competitive and adaptable than ever before. Fortunately, discrimination can affect wage determination and employment. Bias based on gender, race, age, or other factors can lead to unequal pay and fewer job opportunities for some groups. Laws and policies aim to reduce discrimination, but it can still be a challenge. Promoting diversity and inclusion helps create fairer labor markets and ensures everyone has a chance to succeed based on their skills and effort. Labor mobility refers to how easily workers can move between jobs, industries, or locations. High mobility allows workers to find better opportunities and helps employers fill positions quickly. Barriers like moving costs, family ties, or lack of information can limit mobility. Policies that support retraining, relocation, and job matching can improve labor market efficiency and help workers adapt to changing economic conditions. Employment isn't just one thing. Economists identify several types: frictional, structural, and cyclical. Frictional unemployment happens when people are between jobs. Structural unemployment occurs when workers' skills don't match available jobs. Cyclical unemployment rises during economic downturns. Understanding these types helps policymakers design better solutions to reduce unemployment and support workers in transition. Labor force participation measures the share of working-age people who are either employed or actively looking for work. This rate can change due to demographics, social trends, or economic conditions. For example, more women entering the workforce has increased participation rates in many countries. When participation is high, the economy can grow faster, but when it falls, it can signal problems or changing preferences. Gig economy is changing how people work. Instead of traditional full-time jobs, more workers are taking on short-term gigs or freelance projects. This offers flexibility but can also mean less job security and fewer benefits. Platforms like ride-sharing and delivery apps have made gig work more common. The labor market is adapting to these changes, with new challenges and opportunities for workers and employers alike. Not all jobs are full-time. Many workers are employed part-time, either by choice or necessity. Part-time work can offer flexibility for students, parents, or those with other commitments. However, part-time jobs often pay less and may not include benefits like health insurance. The balance between part-time and full-time work affects overall wage levels and job satisfaction in the labor market. Matching workers to jobs is a key function of the labor market. Employers look for candidates with the right skills, while workers search for positions that fit their needs and goals. Job matching can be quick or take time, depending on the economy and available information. Better job matching leads to higher productivity and satisfaction for both workers and employers. Labor market isn't one big pool, it's divided into segments based on occupation, industry, and skill level. Some sectors like healthcare or technology may have higher wages and more job openings, while others like retail may offer lower pay. Understanding these segments helps workers make better career choices and helps policymakers address wage gaps and employment challenges. Investing in human capital through education, training, and experience can increase a worker's value in the labor market. Higher human capital usually leads to higher wages and better job prospects. Employers also invest in training to boost productivity. The more skills and knowledge workers have, the more they can contribute and the more they can earn. Labor productivity measures how much output a worker produces in a given time. Higher productivity often leads to higher wages, as employers can afford to pay more when workers generate more value. Productivity can be increased through better technology, training, or improved work processes. It's a key factor in wage determination and economic growth. Labor market flexibility refers to how easily employers and workers can adjust to changes. Flexible markets make it easier to hire, fire, or change working hours. This can help economies adapt to shocks but may also mean less job security for workers. Policies that balance flexibility with protection are important for a healthy labor market. Access to information helps both employers and workers make better decisions. Job boards, career fairs, and online platforms provide data on openings, wages, and required skills. The more information available, the more efficient the labor market becomes, reducing mismatches and helping people find the right jobs faster. Governments use labor market policies to address unemployment, support workers, and promote fair wages. Examples include unemployment benefits, job training programs, and wage subsidies. These policies can help smooth out the ups and downs of the economy and ensure workers are protected during tough times. Real-world labor markets aren't perfect. Issues like information gaps, discrimination, and rigid regulations can prevent the market from working efficiently. These imperfections can lead to unemployment, wage gaps, or underemployment. Recognizing and addressing these challenges is key to improving labor market outcomes for everyone. Labor markets are always changing. Trends like remote work, automation, and demographic shifts are shaping the future of employment and wage determination. Staying informed about these trends helps workers and employers prepare for what's next. Adapting to change is essential for long-term success in the labor market. Let's look at a real-world example. Consider two workers, one in technology and one in retail. The tech worker likely earns more due to higher demand for specialized skills and fewer qualified candidates. The retail worker may face more competition and lower wages. This case highlights how occupation, skills, and market demand interact to determine wages. We've covered a lot about labor markets, wage determination, and employment. From supply and demand to government policies, skills, and technology, many factors shape how wages are set and who gets hired. Understanding these forces helps workers make better career choices and helps employers build stronger teams. The labor market is complex, but knowing the basics gives you a big advantage. As the world of work continues to evolve, staying informed and adaptable is more important than ever. Whether you're entering the workforce, changing careers, or hearing employees, understanding labor markets will help you navigate challenges and seize opportunities. Keep learning, stay flexible, and watch how the labor market shapes the future of work for everyone.